Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Shalom Kola Emishawai Laughter, and this is basically an introductory video. So the reason why I'm doing this video is to express myself and tell people about my growth or my self-development, healing, growth journey, through well-being, through my research on becoming a better person, through financial exploits, through career exploits, through marital exploits, doing things that will make me become better at what I am doing. So I know everybody's saying, oh, create a niche, know the target audience, know what you are doing, let people have an idea of your agenda and all. But basically, this is just me exploring all of these I've mentioned. I mean, lifestyle, well-being, wellness, and everything. But particularly, the reason why I'm actually doing this series on course is because I realized that every one of us has to go back to the core of who we are, going back to the roots, going back to our inner child, going back to fix those pain, those hurts, those trauma, those baggages we've been carrying on along from childhood even now that we are adults. And I'm using this opportunity to discover more about that and then healing the necessary part that has to be healed, because I particularly struggled with a lot of self-doubt, low self-esteem, traumatic disorder, triggers, fear, guilt, shame. I had a lot of potentials in me all along while I was growing, but I always shied away from it because I didn't feel like I was good enough, and I didn't feel like I could actually come out to a platform to express myself. So I was always looking for platforms. I'll go on to, maybe, I don't want to call name for brand to be secure and all, but then just to show that, oh, I have something inside of me and I want to speak and I want to be seen and I want to let people hear my voice. I know that, oh, I can actually be a good public speaker, be an actress, be a model, be a content creator, and all of these are the skills that had been inside of me right from growing up. But I always had this self-belief that I was not good enough, I was not confident enough, I wouldn't be choosing. And let me tell you, that's what had followed me all through these steps. Because every time I find myself in these competitions or in this platform that I actually craved for, I actually sabotage it myself by not giving all I should have given. Or when I even see the platform, I'll be very happy and I'll explore everything. By the end of the day, I'll be afraid not to let everything out. I'll still be stuttering. I have videos that can prove these things to you, that okay, I have to now sit up to start doing better for myself. Then coming up with a new concept of who I am, rediscovering myself, going back to finding my purpose, going back to finding my vision, my ideas. So I put everything together and say, okay, I have been growing through these stages. Then why don't I put it into a course? Because I know I'm not the only one out there that has this kind of issues. I know there are a lot of women, young ladies, even young men too, that you've grown and then you just cover everything up with, you're now grown, you're now doing your job, you're doing your career, you're focusing on every other thing, instead of going back into yourself to focus, to heal those parts of you that actually are damaged or brought you thus far, not doing what you actually want to do. Me particularly, I struggled with speaking. When I was growing up, I was very timid, I was very shy. I struggled with trying to express myself, even my English self too. I actually mumbled everything up. We are in Nigeria, we're in Africa, and thank God for the opportunity we have in Africa that we speak good English, but then you have to just take out time to keep developing yourself and everything. I actually now take out my time to sit with myself and say, okay, all of these things that had made me fear when I was a child, my upbringing, my environment, people I dealt with, people that dealt with me also, to places that I'd been to, words that I've heard, things that I'd seen, people that I had met, made like their impact into my life. Everything actually had an impact into my life. But I actually now have grown, and I've begun to untangle all of these things to become a better person. So creating a niche now is actually like a very beautiful thing to do right now. Almost not difficult to me, because I have actually experienced almost all of these aspects of life, the lifestyle, the travels, the educational, self-development, healing, and everything. So I'm going to be compounding everything into one course, into one presentation on my page. So as it comes, I'm going to be putting it out there. Things I've learned while growing on my healing stage, things I've learned while building a career, things I've learned while healing, things I've learned while doing modeling, things I've learned while creating content, things I've learned while doing my lifestyle, everything. I'm going to string everything along to create my niche. So I believe that the people that need it, the young ladies that need to be seen, heard, or supported, will actually come here, because in Africa, even in Nigeria here, there are no materials to talk about trauma, to talk about childhood hurts. I actually went online, I went on YouTube. Thank God for YouTube, a beautiful platform. I learned from majorly people abroad. There are not people in Africa that talks about, or in Nigeria that talks about healing your inner child, going to the core of yourself to heal your dysfunctionality, because that has affected a lot of things we go through as adults. I sat with this thing, took out my time. I've been on a journey, like I said, since last year or so, but I took out my time, started watching videos on how to heal myself, how to identify this pain, how to be aware, how to process it, how to grow through it, how to transition to be a better person. Because all along I had been afraid to come outside, to share my experience, to talk about it. I've always just wanted to just do things that are comfortable to me. But now I actually went out of my comfort zone to go and start looking for things that will help me, because I did not like the pain. When emotional pain starts with me, it was very, very unbearable. I keep saying it, I prefer to have physical wounds and cuts that I know that I'm using hydrogen peroxide or ink or stitching or whatever it is to heal, than to have emotional wounds. When I start with my emotional pain, when it starts with me, I'm healing through it, right? But when it gets so painful, like I begin to feel pain inside, like under my chest here, and it was bad. You can't even go to the hospital to say this was doing, because this is not seen. So these are things that we deal with: inner baggages, inner pain, inner hurt, emotional disorder. You have temper tantrums, you'll be triggered easily, you'll be afraid. You will do all of these things because of the emotional wounds you have inside that is going through. So the agenda of all of this is just to affect the areas of all of our lives that we actually have to heal through and grow through. While we are still pursuing our businesses, our career, our success, our self-development, trying to get to the top, we are healing through all of this. So this is my compilation of this video to put it out there for people that really want, so that you will not be confused of what's she doing, and this is why I'm doing this, so that I can talk about how I went through all of this. In small series, I'll be talking about my experiences of life, my childhood, my teenagehood, my young adulthood, and even as I am in my 20s, I'll talk about all I've been through that has molded me and shaped me into the woman I am today, and I keep growing through it. Sometimes I remember that I stutter, but I do not want to focus on my mistakes, because I know that I will make a lot of mistakes. I am not even perfect, but I'm working towards perfection according to Apostle Paul. So I will keep working on things that will help me develop myself, both spiritual, mental, moral ways of developing myself. So my experience is going to be a landmark for young girls, young men too, young adults that actually want to go on this journey, to look for materials, look for videos, look for things that can help them sit with this thing, to untangle it and let go of this baggage and become better as who they are. So the reason actually is to just uplift and heal. Like I said, it's not just a one-day thing, it's a continual me. So I have backlog sometimes. It's a continuous process to becoming better at what we want to do, which is an agenda of healing and self-growth and self-development. So this is the topic I've picked up. So definitely, so if you see other videos of cooking, other videos of lifestyle, other videos of learning, even church, even spiritual, even research, even exploring, know that it's all stringed along down to who? My well-being, my healing journey in my 20s. So thank you very much for everyone that's tuned in. I know I'm still raw, but yes, there's a talent there. You know that, right? Because everything's just helping me to build on my self-esteem, public speaking, self-growth, self-concepts, self-awareness, becoming my higher self. Everything I'm doing is just to evolve to being who I want to be. So thank you so much for tuning into my video. Your like, comment, share, subscribe will actually go a long way, because I actually need this to be out there, to reach out to people, because this is a vision God gave me, and I'm actually going to be teaching step-by-step guide to heal through emotional hurt and wounds, going through inner wounds, inner pain, inner child heartbreak and everything. So we'll go through and removing toxicity. But no, I'm still learning the English. Toxicity. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. I'll write it toxicity from our life and well-being, and become more positive and radiate peace, so we can actually vibrate with an energy, so that the universe give to us what we deserve. Thank you so much for always tuning in. Please share, please like, please subscribe, and please turn up your notification button for more of my videos. I'm going to be posting how I've grown. This is just an introductory, so yeah, thank you very much. I love you. Bye.